Alright, hello, and welcome to a new season of Blood Bowl, which I wasn't expecting, if I'm being honest. I kind of, I guess, got on expecting to play Muscaven, and suddenly there was nothing available. So here we are with our new team, which I will show you in a moment. Let's have a quick look at the opposing team first. Humans, it's a nice different way to start off. Looks pretty okay. Going with a 2 thrower no catcher. That's interesting. 4 rerolls. Also interesting. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. We are going to be playing Pro Elves, the Tiger Tusks. And I feel like this probably isn't the normal start. I just decided to go with what I wanted, which is make sure we have the block from the blitzers and maximize getting these because, you know, we always go to death in the first game. It's traditional. So having an Apo right from the start is kind of nice on such a flimsy team. The team rerolls are here really because they get twice as expensive as we go on, and we usually have to replace players. So my plan is, now that I have these locked in, I can spend any future money on more catches, maybe a thrower. So that's the overall thought. So let's go. Let's see how this goes. I think on paper, you'd feel like, I don't know. I want to say that we should have a decent chance, and like perhaps the edge, just team versus team in this matchup. But humans can sometimes surprise you early on because they have a lot of blitzers, I should say, a lot of block. And so elf team with not much block, like if this was Dark Elves versus humans, we would definitely feel like we had the advantage, but sometimes they can just pound you into the ground. Especially seeing as they are the Bone Bashers. But we had the Tiger Tusks, so let's do our usual. Let's go on defense. After the game, I will have a quick look at last season. So for anybody that was keeping up with last season, you will have just a quick look at the team to see how we ended up. But spoiler alert, we were having a pretty good season. So I'm really sad that we didn't get to play more games. Protect my blitzers even though they've got higher armor value, just because if we can keep our block alive for a decent amount of time, that is nice. You know what, I forgot that we had, I'm going to have to get used to the catches. I mean, everybody's armor value 7 apart from the blitzers, so in that sense, it doesn't matter, but you know what, they probably won't go after it. They'd have to commit players over here to do that. Pro Elf, I decided to go Pro Elf because I just want to play, agi teams. I thought briefly about Nurgle. I've had fun with them before, but the thing is, they're just such a grindy team, and I don't know. I like the more flamboyant teams. Pro Elves, I've only tried playing them once though. My go-to is Dark Elves, and I feel like I'm okay with, maybe better than okay, I don't know. I'm decent with the other 2 elf teams. But Pro Elves, I really don't know very well, so last time I tried them, it was really bad. We'll see if we do better this time, but we'll just have fun with it either way. Maybe the first thing I should learn is not to go on defense so that you don't get your team killed immediately. That's a bad start, isn't it? You know what? That's fine. It's always the way. Okay, now, is he going to do this block before? Okay, he is going to cover. Fair play. I mean, it's sort of covered. Always that initial thing in the game of trying to work out your opponent's skill level. Now, I saw that they were, what do you call it, like a 17 coach, so they're not a fully leveled up coach, but you never know when it's like a second account or whatnot, or they've played on a different system. Okay, pushes we like. But yeah, we're probably going to get beaten up horribly. All my teams get beaten up horribly, even the ones that are bashy. So I think it's something that I'm just coming to accept and work with. We've lost a lineman. I really thought about appoing that just because it's the first game of the season and it sort of felt like it made sense to try and keep the whole team alive. But losing a blitzer or a catcher is a much bigger investment, so I kind of want to keep them around. He didn't... Okay, that's also interesting. So quite often you'll see humans go with... I mean, obviously the ogre is a choice, which he is not gone with, which honestly I might not go with either. But he's also not got any subs. So he's invested the sub stuff into rerolls. So we'll see how that kind of pans out. I actually briefly considered playing humans as well. But they can get frustrating pretty quick. Okay, this isn't bad play so far, so I think despite a couple of things I would question, like I would have liked to have seen 3 blitzers on the front line to do the blocking so that you could use your 4th blitzer to do the blitz instead of blitzing instead of a block on that last guy. It's just getting 1 block less than ideal. That's not a huge thing per se, but it's if you're trying to maximize, which you're always trying to maximize what you're doing during the game, then that would be one thing that you would be bearing in mind. Well, there goes the extra reroll. And arguably that wasn't needed. He could have moved this thrower down. Oh boy. Okay. So we're going after that. He could have moved this thrower to here, and then potentially move this throw in to get the ball, but I don't know how far he came. I think we'll actually move this guy to here. And then we're going to see if we can move this guy. We can at least move him, which is good enough for the moment. And we'll stay to support. And then it's attempt to pick up time. I guess we're going to go with our catcher because we really don't want him out and about. I think we could move a couple of things first. There's not a lot I really want to do. We could threaten. Yeah, let's threaten. Let's kind of make it seem like maybe we want to do like a fast score or something when we don't. Shall we get another guy up here as well, just in case this ball pops out? Yeah, we shall. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. We've got as many in as we can. Let's see if we can pick up this ball. Turns out no. I'm happy to use a reroll to attempt this, because obviously that is not where we want it to be. And then let's drop back to here and see what he's going to do about this. So that's a really good start for us. Honestly, that was bad luck. I'm trying to think what he could have done to alleviate that. Not a ton, honestly, because he did have the ball surrounded. There was nobody on his players, so he had made like as safe a cage as he could. I suppose had he have done what he was thinking of doing and put this guy like through, I think he was looking at bringing somebody here through here, then he would have made it a lot harder for us to pick up the ball. But you kind of expect a catcher to grab that, so can't really blame him for how it went down in the end. It was just unfortunate, compounded by the fact that it bobbled towards me. And we're putting it on this guy because he and the blitzers are the ones we do want to level up a little bit just to make them more durable before we get levels on anybody else. I know that's like thinking a little bit ahead when this is like turn 1 of our very first game, but you know, we had to make a decision who was going to pick it up, so that's just why we went that way. So we'll see how it goes from here. I suppose the one argument about keeping the catcher open and giving it to somebody else is that then you can potentially get it to the thrower. And he has a catch and there's a steal. Okay, going for the 1 dice there. That's an interesting decision. Yeah, okay. So he's not super experienced in the end, I don't think. So we're going to try this. No, let's get this guy up first. Okay, let's see if we can do anything here. Not really. Let's do this. If we can get this guy down, then we'll make a move. If we can't, we won't. Okay, so for now, we're just going to pop him here and we're going to retreat. Because there's not much to be gained by... Let's actually go in here. Let's make it hard to break into this. Not really much to be gained by going through there. As things stand, at least. Let's see if we can do this or not. Alright, just the pushes. But, you know, honestly, it could be worse. We're not hurting ourselves by doing pushes, so... let's see, let's pop him here. Okay. Good enough. It's not our half, so we don't have to... Well, even if it was our half, we wouldn't have to hurry this. But we're not hurrying things, we're just kind of keeping it nice and slow. He didn't use a reroll on that, which is a good realization. I assume what actually happened there was not that he wanted to dodge through there, but that he didn't see the dodge come up before he'd clicked it. Sometimes you just miss. You just have those absent-minded moments where you don't think you forget that you're connected to somebody when you make the move. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Sadly, I've done that a few times myself. It's a game that's sort of, you know, when you've got to concentrate so hard for so long, things happen. Alright, so he's going for the stand us up pretty aggressively maneuver on this side. Is he going to bring a couple more guys in? Okay. Just making it awkward for us to block. I think we should. We've got like a couple of guys spare in places, so I think we should be able to hit some guys here. So I think this turn we're just going to concentrate on trying to knock him away. And we'll see how that goes. And if we can do that a bit and kind of knock a few of his guys down and make him think twice about like standing on us like this, then we'll think about making a move. Okay, so we'll do this. I think I'm going to do this now. Okay, that's why we're doing our block guys first. I can't do our other block guy first though, so I think I am going to protect the ball a little bit here. Much as I want to move this guy across. We might be able to open up a guy to move across in a minute. Excellent. I'm just going to push him away because I want to give him the option of not being on us. Oof. Excellent, excellent. I assume he has an Apo. Yeah. He'll let that guy go, I think. I take it back. He's back. Okay. That's not really what we wanted, but we can potentially have another hit on him. And we can turn it into a blitz. How daring am I feeling? Feeling a little bit daring here. Which usually results in... Okay, that's not good. Yeah, this isn't ideal. You don't really want to do that block that way round. Let's see if he decides to try and get in here. He certainly can, but he's also kind of far away from this guy. So what I wanted to do there was move this guy over and then make a block with this guy. Push him back. Maybe I should have done that. But the thing is, if I only got a push, this guy needed to move forwards. So if I only got a push in that situation, then he's right on my guy. Oh, that works for him, unfortunately. I just don't think there's a good way through. And I don't think he has anybody in position to make the most of it anyway. So I think we sort of survived that bit of dodgy play. A little bit of kind of greedy play. I suppose the plus side is that as of right now, we both do have a player out. So here comes the old blitz, which is successful, but he stays where he is, which is nice. Getting a few stuns, which is unfortunate for us. And the fact he's leaving these guys at the back is kind of nice in a way, because we're not really trying to make a forward move anyway. So the less guys he has up front here, the more we can just keep up the pressure on this side of the field. Okay, I guess let's see if he's a surfing guy. We'll stay on that one. And we'll just come in and do this. Excellent. Bit of counter stunning is always nice. And then I think we will just... maybe I didn't leave myself enough guys here actually this time. Let's move... Yeah. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, he's got an easy in there. Okay, we'll just do this. I don't like this at all. I don't like what I've left him with here. I've left this corner open, which is not good play. I don't think it's as bad as it could be, but he could certainly, if he's willing to one dice some stuff, he could make the situation awkward. If he was willing to bring these guys down and get in our face, that would help him out a lot. We'll go backwards. Nice thing is now this guy is potentially free unless he uses another guy to come mark him, so. And just a push there. Could, if he's feeling, he could arguably come surf this guy. He's feeling the one dies. That's actually enough, because he can just push him here. I should really have moved this guy here. So now he can get a, he could get a 2 dice if he wanted. Pop this guy here and then blitz around with that guy. So yeah, overall just definitely not my best play ever. He's going for the 1 dice, which we'll just have to hope doesn't work out. That's at least got his reroll out of the way, but he did get it. He was fairly likely to. No stun is sweet, and the ball has gone right to our guy, which is also very nice. Because it means he can't pick it up. Even if he surrounds us, he at least can't pick it up. But yeah, I've only got myself to blame for this, really. But I'm not feeling... I think if I was more concerned about his level, this would be a lot more worrying, but he's not making things too intense right now, so... That said, people who play a little bit more unorthodox can sometimes produce much better results. Just because of their willingness to do things that not, you know, your average person would. But let's see. So that, having 2 guys on the ball, what do we want to do? The fact that the catcher is down makes it a bit more tricky in terms of decision making, because we pretty much are going to have to dodge here. Unless we circle a whole bunch of guys round, but that's a little over elaborate. Maybe I just use this guy. We need to knock him down for this block to be of any point, so it doesn't really matter which way we come from. Okay, we did. We will follow. And I think come up for the assist here. This guy can come up for the assist here. It's kind of awkward to make this safe, I suppose. You know what, I suppose that would be theoretically safe. Yeah, let's move this guy here, this guy here. Let's try and box this back in again. And at least if we fail, we're kind of falling in the right direction. This guy is the next most important guy to try and... Okay, we didn't, but we've at least got him double based. Then this one. Okay, nice. And we'll follow just to get in his way again. Excellent. Now we desperately need to move this guy. I think we're going to move him here just to stop these guys. Never mind. I mean, that's sort of okay. And we do have the catcher back in action now, which could be useful when it comes time to try and score, because he's just a movement fiend. Depending on what happens, we might try and set up a cage somewhere in this region, and then just have this guy... We'll see how it goes. But I'm thinking of having this guy on the corner of the cage, and then just handing him the ball. And running in, theoretically. He's got 2 players off the field, we've got 1 player off the field, so there is that going for us. We are down to just the 1 reroll now. Okay. So he's on the ball, which is always nice. Probably wants to bring this guy in. Maybe I'd be tempted to put this guy here and this guy here. Or the other way around. Just to stop us kind of coming this way. Had this guy got away, having him here would have been really nice, because it would have given us this whole area to work with. As of right now, he's probably not going to block with this guy, which means we may be able to block him off. Oh, never mind. He went for it. Is he going to reroll the red dice? Nope, that's good. That's real good. That gives us a chance to make our way up the line. He'd have been better off just not moving there. So let's see if we can do it. So we're going to try and knock this guy off so we don't have to make a dodge. As we saw last turn, dodges... Oh no. Oh dear. Okay, so we're going to try and make dodges, because I don't want to use a reroll. I'm going to try and dodge both of them away. It's a bit of a scary situation. Okay, we did get away. So we're popping him here. See if we can manage this. We can. Very nice. Because that means... Okay, that's even more bonus. That means we can try and make this awkward. Pop this guy here if he'll go, because he'll stop this guy. Never mind. And stunned. Okay. So that was a great turn. This guy being here just makes it more awkward to hit the catcher, which is what we're trying to leave this guy free, because he can essentially get in very easily if he, you know, he's in a good place. I think now that I got this guy free, I'd rather have him here, but, you know, we didn't know at the time, so we played it safer. Okay, this is... I was hoping he'd come in through the back. I wonder how much movement he has left. Okay, he's got enough to get up there. Probably go here. I'd love to get some frenzy on this team just because it would be really good with the fact that we're a very sidesteppy team, and then we could kind of play up the flanks more often and then use our frenzy to just make it either really difficult to defend or, you know, serve half the team off. That's interesting. I guess he didn't want to risk the surf, but that also means the ball is not pressured as of right now. Unless this guy's going to make a wild run in, which he could. No, it'd only be one GFI. Okay. So this is interesting. Very passive defense. Okay, so what would we want to do here in an ideal world? I guess we're going to do this. And if we end up using our reroll, we'll try and hand off. Oof. Okay. That's nice though, at least. Okay, can we still defend this though? We did use our reroll though. I did say we'd hand off if we used the reroll. Okay, as this is a bit of a dangerous situation all of a sudden, I guess we're gonna... I mean, he's only got one turn. It does mean he can hit us again though. Yeah, he's only got one turn, so he can't score. It's really more the fact that we want to give ourselves a good chance of scoring. I mean, I could kind of just hide here, but I don't feel protected enough. So I think we're just going to go in. Much as I'd love to stall it at that last go. Gives him more time to get his KOs back as well, unfortunately. So we'll probably be facing a full team second half. But if we can score at the beginning of the second half, then, you know, not as big a deal. Because we would get the 2-0. And it'd be very hard for him to catch up, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it is pretty much a tradition for one of our players to die in the first game, so we still got that to come as well. And they'll die regardless of Apo. There's been times when I've done this before where I've said, well, I'm getting Apo in the first game because we always seem to struggle, and they'll go from dead into dead. I'm kind of okay with the rain. It's not ideal, but it's at least not horrific for us. Plus, it's nice sound effects. So this is what he could have done first half, is just line his guys up. Line his blitzers up so it's all blocks. So here comes the blitz. This is why humans are slightly scary at the beginning, because they've got such reliable blitzing. Might re-roll that. I would probably do the same, actually. Because attrition is more important right now than SPP. Oh, hang on, we did fully injure one guy? Okay. Probably shouldn't have had this guy on the front line. Well, so far he's managed not to pick up the ball the entire game, which is not cool for him. Okay, so we're going to try and make this as safe as possible. And I think the safest way to do it is this, because it doesn't involve it. Oh, never mind. That's still one dice. Forgot this guy. I don't think I can get anybody else up there. Oh dear. And now I've blocked myself off. Aye aye aye. Okay, well I made a mess of that. You know what? I'm not going to chance it. It's not worth doing something silly. Totally wasn't paying attention to what I was based by. Okay, so he still has 1 KO, so he's down 2, we're down 1. That's a nice way to be starting off the second half. As of right now, I'm not going to try and rush this in as we're players up. But as that inevitably starts to swing the other way, we may try and dash it in. I think even if I don't use my catcher to pick up the ball here, which I'm not sure I will keep him close by, sort of in the back cage, I suppose, of the of whoever has it, just as a resource in times of danger. Hang on, does Nerves of Steel help him in the rain as well? Just tackle zones. Okay, I couldn't remember. I think it's one of the mutations that helps with that. Okay, so you're coming back. Okay, yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Let's see what we get. Quick snap, nice. Solid. No catch, no real surprise with the rain and the, you know. So we'll put him right next to the ball immediately. Excellent start. Crazy, we're getting some good armor breaks this game. I'm going to stay because I don't want to be in contact if this block fails. Might actually try and pick up with this guy. So I'll bring this guy in as an extra layer of defense, because I do want to do these blocks first. This guy is no longer needed here, so let's bring him to here. See if we can get one more. We can. Excellent. Okay. Armor blocks all over the place. I guess we haven't left this entirely safe. And it's too early to use a reroll, so let's see if we get punished for this. Oh, that's the perfect person to... Well, this is why you have him here, but he can get round to him there. With just one GFI. Totally worth it. But obviously if there's a guy that you'd want the ball to bobble to, it's this guy. No, why would you do that? I 100% would endorse the blitz on me there. I don't know why he's not considering it. But he should be, honestly. Because that's your way back into the game. I know there's not really anybody super close by, but it just gives you that element of, you know, you can be a problem. Okay, interesting decision making. Very interesting. So I think what we do is we just kind of move up gradually now. We'll hit his non-block guys because they're easier to knock over. Theoretically. And yeah, we'll just kind of make a wall and run up behind it. Got to be a bit cognizant of the fact that this guy's here. I guess we could put another guy in theoretical scoring range. Because he seems to be, well, I mean, in fairness, I can't blame him for going for those guys, because you can't just ignore a scoring threat. Try and dodge if we can. Ooh, dodging's been hard today. The ground is also hard. But yeah, it looks like he's realised that this is an obvious red herring this turn at least, because we're completely the wrong side. I mean, that's not to say that this guy couldn't make it over there, but, you know. It's less likely. The funny thing is passing in the rain is still okay. I always forget that. I think probably because you do it less anyway, because catching is dodgy in the rain. So if catching is bad in the rain, why would you want to pass in the rain? Because you got to catch it at the end. Depending on how he defends this, I might try and score a little earlier. I think it's better for us at this stage. But I don't know. We kind of want to level up the team relatively quick, because this is not a team that starts with a lot of skill. And, you know, any protection we can get on it, or anybody with block or wrestle or dodge is very handy. Plus, he's more likely to do more ongoing damage to our team than we are to do to his. Okay, so that's kind of awkward. But not unexpected. I mean, depending on what he does here, I may actually try and use the red herring. Okay, that's semi-awkward, but not... doesn't block us off too bad. Okay, so here's the plan. And I guess a lot of it's gonna just be decided by what happens here. Okay, we knocked him down. And I'm gonna stay there. And then this guy's gonna come across to here. Is he? Hang on. We've already got a 2 dice there. This guy would come across to here. Excellent. I will follow that. So a lot's going to depend on if the dodge goes horribly wrong here. Put this guy here as extra insurance. I've got this guy and this guy here as a bit of insurance for when this goes wrong. I didn't mean it. Okay, that's good, because I'd rather the ball be over here and on the ground than here and on the ground. Okay, he caught it. It was a 3-up, so it was a reasonable chance. So yeah, the red herring turned out to be what we went for, which is, I guess, why it's nice sometimes to have that in your back pocket. Because we could have just probably retreated and remade our cage, but we already lost one guy off the field. I mean, you know, it's just more likely to go that way. So now he's, we're 1 down, he's 2 down still. We do unfortunately need to bring our team back. But yeah, that was solid. I wouldn't have chosen to score on a, whatever you want to call that guy, a lineman, but it's also, you know, gives you somebody to put wrestle on potentially in the upcoming future. And now we see if we can, you know, we either stand off him and let him score if we feel like that's going to be the best result, or we could try and pressure this and get extra SPP. Unfortunately, our catcher didn't level up. Extra rerolls, I think, is probably... I'm okay with that, because we did use our reroll and he's suddenly got 5, which potentially is more than he's going to use. It means he could be a little wild and crazy, perhaps. Be a bit greedy on his block rolls. The big question is he ever going to get the ball in the hands of one of his throwers? Because they've been very butterfingery so far. Sensible protection there. I guess the argument for having them one further forward, and maybe I'd be tempted to put this guy here and this guy here, is if you do drop the ball, you're dropping it behind you guys, whereas what happened last time was, unfortunately, it dropped to one of them and then they dropped it as well. It's now the moment of truth. These are some bad throwers, and that's not his fault at all. We can't really get up there. But we can sort of make this a bit scary, I think. Might end up just making it easier for him to score, but, you know, such is life. I'm going to pop him there so that this guy's keeping him in place. And then I guess we'll come here. The noises these guys make are ridiculous. I think we'll just make this a little bit awkward to come through. And you know what? I'm happy with that. We've pressured this without committing our whole team. I've just realised our team kit kind of looks a little bit like prison uniforms. We could have leaned into that. I just saw black and orange and thought tigers. But we could have made this some kind of prison breakout team or something. Could break through the middle here, which would be nice, but we do have some players on this side and some players on this side that could potentially get back around. And these guys are kind of cutting these guys off from joining, so you'd be really just looking at a couple of these guys and a couple of these guys making the making it happen. So I think we'd be able to adjust with more people than he could use to get the actual thing, so it's not too scary. Okay, he went for the pickup first. That's a lot of faith to have in a guy that hasn't managed to pick up the ball all game. Now what's he gonna do? Oh, we're gonna see something exciting. You know what? He also hasn't had a great deal of luck this game. I feel the throw coming on. I think he's just going for it. So I presume he's going to break through here after all. Unfortunately, this guy is, because of this guy, he's kind of cut off from making the assist. Or maybe he's not going to break for, he's going to stay and make a little cage here. Oh, he's really running out of time though. Just about made that. I don't know how much else he's going to get to do after this. He's going to have to act real fast. Okay, so he did enough to make this tricky. But I think we're going to employ some of his tactics and probably not do the one dice on the ball. Maybe? No, I don't think we are. I think we're just going to try and get a couple of guys on him. Or we may not. It does make things a touch awkward. So are we going to go for the one dice on the ball? Well, we've used our reroll now as well. Oh, go on then. We know we want to. And we'll just make it awkward for these guys. Let's do it with this guy. Just in case the ball actually comes loose and this guy can go and grab it. Didn't realise you were going to be in the way here. Alright, let's see what we can do. Not a lot. Not super unexpected, to be honest. And because of that, we're going to put this guy in here and try and make it just extremely hard for these guys to get decent blocks. We do have 2 sidesteppers on the ball technically right now. This is definitely an awkward situation for him, but he could, you know, he could get some blocks in and make some stuff happen of some sort. Maybe he's just going to hit us. Yep. Which way do we want to go? Probably this way. This is where our team gets broken, generally. Unnecessarily. Okay, maybe he's going to try and make a break for this. Okay, the fact we're still on the pitch is good because it means it's a dodge. That's why we went here. I didn't want to call it that beforehand because I knew if we did, we would get KO'd or worse. But now, you know, he would want to run through that space he was going to break down here. It was nice though. I mean, he may do it anyway. But, you know, we're forcing him into a worse choice of play, which is what you're always trying to do on some level. Certainly worthy of a reroll. And he's away. Could be tricky to get up with. I mean, not too tricky, in fairness. That's a good placement. Okay, arguably that does make it a bit harder, actually. We'd have to GFI over there now. We will follow that. Get that nice stun in. And yeah, we're on GFI time. I don't think there's a greatly better course of action here. Can't get round inside, that guy's nicely placed. So it's just time to attempt this and see what happens. Excellent. Let's go here and see if we can get anybody else down in the vicinity. That works. Got a reroll. Let's try and go here. We said we got a reroll, so let's use it. Am I about to kill my team here? arguably. You know what? Let's just do this. Well, it didn't come to much, but there you go. I think we'll actually weirdly follow that. Make it so we'd have to surround them to make it worthwhile. Where are his throwers? He's got one here attached, one kind of far away. Alright. Got us down again, unfortunately. Block and sidestep is not quite as nice as... oh dear. Dodge and sidestep. Okay, that's fine. There's the kind of injury we will take. Can he get the ball and get it in? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. One away. This is good. Yeah, that's fine. Looks like these guys are having a little meeting up here, like a little team talk. Just haven't noticed that this guy's not on the team. Alright, so now I think we see the pickup, and I don't know what we see after the pickup. That's sort of unfortunate, but we do... How do we want to tackle this? Because we've got a chain push, but we can only push 2 of them off. So are we better to attempt the infamous bobble? I think we are. Which means going here. And hang on, have we got a better candidate to do this? No, we don't. Oof. It's our second double skull. Okay, that's better. Yeah, we'll follow this. Oh, actually, maybe we shouldn't. Okay, this is exciting. There's a chance here. In fairness, if this actually works, we don't need that guy there, so let's do this. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's everything we dreamed of. Whew. Pro finger. Hey, Loki. Obviously we're going to take a couple hits, but I think the ball is safe there. I didn't really look to check, but I presumed that if we could get that far, yeah, nobody can get up with us. Only the blitzers would really have much of a chance, and they are the wrong end of the field. So yeah, we played it a touch risky there, but it kind of felt like the sort of game where we could. Certainly haven't made all optimal plays. They've certainly had a bit of bad luck. I mean, we've had a couple of like dub skulls, which I guess you could argue are bad luck, but and a few failed dodges. But honestly, you know, that hasn't been hugely effective. It hasn't been as game affecting as some of his issues. coming after Vitali. Vitali. Probably better to use the other... Okay, it's all good. Wants to hit this guy, I guess. Or he could go for the easier one. Move this guy here. This is all unnecessary, obviously, because all we're going to do is score next turn. Down goes Tiger again. Whoops, that was not where I meant to go. But I don't think he can get a foul, so it's all good. We're out of rerolls, so there's literally nothing else to do. Is he doing a foul? We'll never know. Alright, and there we have it. Nice result in the rain there. Is anybody up front got some SPP? You do. And you do. We got some good SPP this game. And you don't. Okay. I'll be right back. Oh, maybe I should do this first. Okay, it doesn't look like he killed any of our players. It's a pity you can't sort of post-game Apo one of your guys, but obviously that would take some of the risk out of it. Oh, the classic celebration with no ball. Gotta love it. Maybe I'll make that the screenshot for the team. Okay, I can't ask for better than that. We got a level up on a lineman, unexpectedly. And yeah, I think overall, you know, wow, so much SPP. That's excellent. But overall, we probably had a little bit of the run of the luck there. Give or take. So let's do some quick leveling. We will level our catcher first. And oh dear, he's got a double. Oh dear. I mean, it's very early to get a guard catcher, but a guard catcher is good. Maybe not so much on this team. But I mean, honestly, I'm tempted by Mighty Blow. I really can't decide. If you are watching, I don't know if I'll play these guys again before the video goes up. So if you watch this, drop me a comment. What would you like to see? Guard or Mighty Blow? Because or you could throw in another option if you feel like that's more sensible. You know, an argument for dodge or block is very acceptable. But, you know, I'm probably going to go with one of these two. So let me know which you'd like to see most. I honestly can't decide. I'm kind of, the reason I'm wondering about Mighty Blow is because it would be kind of nice to have like an aggressive elf team, because I usually play sort of tactical elf teams, but every now and again you run up against an elf team that has like 3 or 4 actual dangerous Mighty Blow players, and it can really, that combined with their natural agility can really throw you off. So that's what's tempting me towards that. Guard would be the sort of more tactical elf team decision. So we're going to leave that. Sorry, my cat's in the way, that's why I keep looking back. Okay, now if we roll guard on this guy, then we'll get Mighty Blow. So that all may be moo. 10? Oh dear, decisions. I mean, extra movement would make him pretty handy. You know what, let's have some fun. Let's get some movement. After saying it'd be good to level some guys up to get block and, and wrestle and dodge. I mean, movement is so handy. I'm actually not going to get rid of Tony as of yet, because Agility 3 is probably going to kill him from the team, but temporarily I might be willing to stick with an Agility 3 guy over a loner, just to pop him on the line, and he's going to take some hits, but, you know, he may just be, until we can get new players in, he may just live in that role. So there we go, we started with a nice win. We'll see how we go with the rest of the season. Drop me a comment, let me know. It's nice to get the comments anyway, because obviously I'm kind of a small, very small, very, very small channel. So getting the comments obviously is always nice to see that people are, you know, are engaging with the videos and whatnot. Always nice to see that. So let's have a quick look at the Cheesebringers, who were cut. Unfortunately, look, I even went as far as buying in the new Rat Ogre before realizing that we weren't going to get to play again. We finished 11 wins and 1 loss, which I think put us about 200 on the scoreboard, which is pretty solid. I found a team, just out of curiosity, that was 12-0, and I think they were like 120th. So that one horrible mistake of a game cost us like 80 places. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that season went. I'm actually feeling like maybe I'm an okayish Gaven player. They got a runners lean into the elf side of me, so I very much understand the what's worth risking and what's worth not risking with gutter runners, and how you can sometimes kind of push in there and do things that normal teams couldn't. But yeah, that was a very fun season, albeit a lot shorter than I thought. I don't know if they've squeezed the season times in, or I guess there was that whole Christmas thing in the middle of it, so that probably did shorten it. Anyway, I'm heading out. I'll see you for the next one. Thanks for watching, and let me know what I should do with these pointy arrows, because I just really don't know. Bye for now.